it is right at 5:30, so we'll move straight from one meeting to the other and call the board meeting, the October 21st Commission Board meeting to order. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and for joining us. I know the first item that we do have on our agenda is to open with invocation and prayer, so I'll lead us in that. And then when I finish, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance after that? Thank you. Father, we thank you for the opportunity that we have to just live here. We just thank you for giving us such an incredible community, a caring community, a place that we can be proud to raise our families, and just a place that we can be proud of. And I thank you for each and every person that serves on a daily basis to make it a better place, to make it a safer place that just takes care of all the aspects. And we just thank you for those sacrifices that they've made. God, we ask you to keep everyone safe and healthy, that you grant us wisdom as we go through the meeting tonight, and that you just be here with us. And we thank you for all that you do in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, we all coordinated today, so if you were male, you wore blue. If you were female, you wore black, so that way we can all kind of fit in really well on the podium together. Kind of joking as we were coming in. Amendments to the agenda, I do not have any. Do I? None? No. Okay, so no amendments on the agenda. Under our consent agenda, we did have a proclamation that was on October the 13th, and it was for the Retired Educators Day. I'm going to read that proclamation, and it says, whereas the governor of the state of Georgia has proclaimed the day of Sunday, November the 7th, as Retired Educators Day in Georgia, and whereas there are more than 135,000 retired educators in Georgia, 31,000 plus of whom are members of Georgia Retired Educators Association, and whereas the retired educators of Georgia donate thousands of hours of volunteer service and make invaluable contributions to the welfare of their respective communities across the state, and whereas it is appropriate that a day be designated for citizens to express their appreciation for the contributions that retired educators have made and continue to make for the betterment of human lives and for society, and whereas local churches will recognize those lasting contributions made by retired educators in this community, now therefore I, Chairman of the Pickens County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim the day of November the 7th, 2021 as Retired Educators Day, and I call upon the citizens of Pickens County to observe that day in an appropriate manner, honoring retired educators. Given upon my hand on October the 13th, 2021. So that was read in their meeting on the 13th. I know that it being a Sunday sometimes seems odd, but I do believe a lot of local churches want to recognize retired teachers. During that time, I do believe that we could probably make the entire month of November a teachers and retired teachers, and it still wouldn't be enough. I should probably formally apologize to all of my teachers that I drove into retirement for my school days, but it was an honor to be able to present that, so I'd like to thank all the teachers for sure. I do not have any old business on the agenda for tonight. Under new business, it lists on the agenda withdrawing membership from the CRWSA. A little bit of an explanation. Back after the droughts in 2008, they formed a, I'm trying to pull up the exact phrasing of the Coosawattee Water, of course I didn't print out the one, sorry.
It's Sewer Association.
Water and Sewer Association?
Yes.
That one's actually just the director. He's coming from a different place in Chatsworth. So that was what I almost read, and that was why I was catching myself as I was about to say.
That was true for you.
Yeah, it was a collective group made up of counties in Chatsworth, Gilmer, Pickens, and Murray to all form a association to collectively work together in the event of a drought, that we would be able to work together to provide water service. The purpose of the group was met during that time, during the drought season. Gilmer County has recently voted to withdraw from that association. Upon receiving their withdrawal notice, the director has kind of sent out and said that he felt like that, in their opinion, that a withdrawal or a disband of that authority would probably be in order, due to it not really serving a purpose at this time, and it was what it needed to be in 07 and 08. At this point in time, they didn't feel a need for it moving forward, and we're reaching out to each county to see how they felt about it. We've already lost 1/4 of that with the withdrawal that was there. The intent would be, if something were to occur again, that we could reorganize and reform with using the existing framework of what was already in place beforehand. But prior to doing that, we would need a resolution from the board in order to do so. So before we move into a vote, I know I kind of gave a generic description, and I know we're not at the motion stage yet, but is there any further description that you guys need before we went to that point? Okay. Do I have a motion to withdraw our membership from the CRWSA?
So moved.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Thank you. Next on the agenda is our finance report. So, Ms. Charlene, I'll turn the floor over to you.
Okay,
Sorry.
just making sure everybody was ready to. In your packets, you have where the September 2021 financial reports reflect 9 months of your 21 fiscal year, and the expenditures shouldn't exceed more than 75%. Your general fund revenue collections for the period of September of 2021 was a total of $17,578,520, which is 60.26% of the budgeted revenue. General fund expenditures total through September 30th of 2021 were $18,432,791, which is 63.2% of the budgeted amounts. The expenditures are currently at 11.7 under the allowable percentage. In your packet, under section 3, you will see your general revenue back in September of last year of 2020. We had a revenue of $15.2 million. We're currently in September of this fiscal year of 2021 is $17.5 million. That is broken out into your general revenue fund. Like I had mentioned, we are at $17,578,520. You can see that taxes were at 72% of our total revenue to date. And section number 4 for your expenditures. To date for September of 2021, I apologize, for September of 2020, we were currently at 71.7% of our 75%. We were at $21.7 million. This fiscal year, we're at $18.4 million. A lot of that could be due to the expenditures due to COVID last year. But this year, we're only at 63.27% of your 75% total for September of 2021. For your governmental expenditure for September of 2021, we had an expense for this month was $2,837,543,000, which is 69.2% of your 75% of that budget. Your judicial expenditures were $2,620,137,000, which is 68.56% of the 75% budget. Your public and safety expenditures were $8,918,987. It was 59.89% of your 75% of your budget. Your public works expenditures were $2,527,927. We're at 65.37% of your 75% of their budget. Your health and welfare expenditures, the total was $100,675, which is a total of 35% of your 75% of your budget. And your recreation expenditures were at $850,513, and that was at 74.81% of your 75% of the budget. Housing and development was $577,011, with 62.97% of the 75% budget. And your enterprise funds were $2,446,426 at 70.4% of your 75% of that budget. The line expenditures were given out to the department heads and elected officials on October 14th, and I have copies of all the expenditure reports if you would like to review those.
Any questions on the finance report?
Good job.
Thank you.
And I must say, I was blessed to be on the finance committee this year, on the budget committee, and you did a great job.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you for that.
Thank you very much, and I will definitely miss working with you. I know it's been a short time,
Thank
but I
you.
really enjoyed working with you as well.
Thank you so much. Glad we have you here.
I think as she goes through, the big headline that I'd like to see is our revenue is up from last year and our expenditures are down from last year. So I think that if we can keep moving in that positive trend, then we're always looking good. So I'd like to say thank you very much. Next item that we do have on the agenda under our action items is to approve our minutes. We had two sets of minutes. One from our regular meeting on October the 7th, one from our work session on October the 7th. I believe both have been provided to each member, so you have an opportunity to read through those. We have a motion to approve our minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is what we just got to hear in our public hearing just a moment ago, is the comprehensive plan on the draft amendment. What this phase of approval would be is so that we can get this moved forward through to the state, so that we can go through the different three stages that were discussed in the public hearing earlier. I don't know if you had any further questions. I know that we just had an opportunity to learn what that is, but the motion would be to approve an amendment to our comprehensive plan to include the broadband element as well. We'll have a move to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, so next is our rezones. We did have 3 rezones to go through tonight from the last meeting. The first is a request for change in land use classification parcel 056048. It's at 675 White Pine crossover in Jasper. The Planning and Development Office received an application on July 2nd from Jeremy Jackson on behalf of Stephen Jackson, requesting a change in the land use classification from agriculture to rural residential of a 4.008 acre tract located at 675 White Pine crossover. Intended purpose of the rezone request was to split the property with the intent to build a single-family residence on the property. Public hearing was held on September the 13th regarding the application, and the Pickens County Planning Commission voted 5 yes, 0 no to approve the rezone request as it was presented. Do I have a move to accept the recommendation from the Planning Commission to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Right. Next rezone request is from our changing land use classification of parcel 047005 at Steve Tate Highway in Marble Hill, Georgia. Planning Development Office received an application on August the 31st from Dell Cummings requesting a change of rural residential to neighborhood commercial on a 2-acre tract located at Steve Tate Highway, Marble Hill. The intended purpose of the rezone request is to sell the property for commercial use. Public hearing was held on October the 12th. Regarding the application, the Planning Commission voted 5 yes, 0 no to approve the rezone request on the 2-acre tract.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Am I right that those are the two pieces right before you get to the Northgate
It
Station
is,
on the
it is,
right?
yeah. And at one point, they were neighborhood commercial, or at least one was neighborhood commercial from looking through the record. It was rezoned several years later, and then he's just requested to go back to the original zoning at this point in time. Do I have a move to accept the Planning Commission's recommendation to approve that rezone request?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
Okay. Motion carries. The next is actually from the same property owner, Mr. Dell Cummings. The request for changing land use classification of parcel 047004, which is the parcel right next to that, at 3890 Steve Tate Highway, Marble Hill. The application was received by Pickens County Planning and Development Office on August the 31st, requesting a change in the land use classification from rural residential to neighborhood commercial on a 1.7 acre tract located at 3890 Steve Tate Highway. Public hearing was held on the 12th of October regarding the issue. The Pickens County Planning Commission voted 5 yes, 0 no to approve the rezone request of the 1.7 tract contained on that parcel. I have a move to follow their recommendation of the Planning Commission and approve this one.
So moved.
So, any further discussion? All in favor? Carries there. That brings us to our guest comments portion of the meeting. If anyone has any comments that you would like to add tonight.
I believe as a community, we need to all get together and say, "Go Braves, bring us a World Series."
It's a good comment.
Yeah.
I know that we didn't list that we had another area on our agenda, but I would like to go through, now that we're here, and have one additional proclamation to read as well. This is a proclamation from Ms. Becky Denney, and I'd like to go through and read this. Whereas the Pickens County is proud to recognize Becky Denney. Ms. Denney has served the Pickens County Board of Commissioners as the District 2 East Commissioner from January 2013 to October 31st, 2021. Whereas Ms. Denney's years of service have been marked by exemplary dedication in the best interest of our community and our citizens. She has been an outstanding leader on the Board of Commissioners and a mentor and guide to the employees. Whereas Ms. Denney has shared her valuable business knowledge and leadership and will truly be missed. Her commitment to excellence has improved the quality of life for the citizens of Pickens County. Whereas the Pickens County Board of Commissioners would like to thank you for your service and your dedication to this community. Now therefore, the Pickens County Board of Commissioners is hereby pleased to present Ms. Denney this proclamation as a reminder that although she is retiring, she will always be remembered as a kind, considerate, and loyal individual to Pickens County. This proclamation will be made part of the official record of Pickens County and witnessed thereto by my hand on October the 21st in the year of our Lord 2021.
Thank you so much.
Here is the actual framed copy that we were trying to hide from you as you
This
were coming in.
is wonderful.
We would like to say thank you.
Thank you, that is so special. Oh my God.
The class and dignity with which Miss Denney is famous for coming, with her hair always fixed perfect and everything about her is always intimidating to sit next to, and I feel like I need to speak more proper every time that she's sitting here, so I might relax next month a little bit and let my guard down, but I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
You know,
much.
you said that I had to dress differently going to all these doctor's appointments with the hubby, so I found some designer sweats today. Right.
Oh, we need to see pictures of this. It's all over.
There you go. I will send you one. So, yeah, thank everybody, thank you, that is so thoughtful, and oh my God, I'm gonna miss y'all beyond words, everybody. Just what a great group we have.
I agree.
It's just been wonderful. Can I have a picture with my two guys? My two guys, they're mine, they belong to me.
And they forgot to mention that you make all their pictures in the paper look much better.
That's exactly right,
Yeah.
that's it.
You want to do it up here with the sign in the back?
Oh, that's a
Are
new.
the chairs out of the way enough?
Okay. Thank you. Lisa, you want to Phil, we want you in the picture too. This is our team, guys.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that.
Wait, y'all don't go anywhere. There you go.
Thank you, thanks y'all,
Thank you.
appreciate you.
It is, rather than moving all the chairs back first, it's 5:52. Do I have a move to adjourn? All right.
Becky said second.
She was already over there. I was telling Lisa I was gonna do all I could to try to make her cry, but then I tried to be nice and not do it. So I told her about it.